Hey mates, you comfy there?
I think so.
Feel good, look good, sound good.
Hopefully I don't get pins and needles. Maybe I'll try to find my right.
You are more than welcome to move. You're within your right to move on the show.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, it's good though. It's feels like home.
Does feel like home. It's funny you say that. You guys will find out why real soon. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Fine Leg to Full Forward. Ashwin, mate, how you doing?
Good, mate. Yourself?
I am really, really well. Hope the listeners are all well too. The eagle-eyed viewers might notice something a bit different on the old YouTube. Had to rearrange the set a little bit. A couple of new additions, a couple of slight tweaks. Why is that, my friend?
Why is that? Well, this is now home for both of us.
This is home for both of us. We are officially... Is it housemates or is it roommates?
Housemates.
I feel like roommates
right?
is more American, right?
Roommates sounds like you're sharing the same room, right?
Housemates. But yeah, this has been a long time coming, hasn't it? Really.
It's when did we start talking about this? I want to say it's been well over a year. I reckon a couple of years, right?
Well, I moved into my old place about this time last year.
Yeah.
And it probably wouldn't have been about 3 or 4 months after that. So we were talking about it. We had a couple of chats about it, didn't we?
Even before you moved into your place, I remember we were sort of like very briefly, like you were more looking and I was sort of a bit hesitant.
You weren't quite ready, were you?
Yeah, and it was like,
not about living with me.
No.
About moving out.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, this friendship is definitely two ways, I promise. I don't force that much shit on you. But yeah, you've been living here for a little while.
I have.
Probably a couple of weeks before we returned to YouTube, right? Because that's when we kind of established the set.
Yeah.
So I think I looked it up today. We've done, I think this will be our 15th or 16th episode.
Here.
So a couple of weeks before that.
Yeah, okay. It was about September, October or something.
Yeah. And the plan was always for me to move in here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's why we wanted to establish a set that we could keep as the... What am I trying to say? Doesn't matter what I'm trying to say.
We wanted to make it feel like home.
We did.
Because it is home now for both of us.
Officially. How's it been going? Early doors.
Early doors?
As housemates, not roommates.
It's good. We spent I think what I've noticed is we had a double up of a lot of shit, like 2 sandwich presses, 2 toasters, which is like, you're going to get that problem, right? Like,
when we first started sorting out some of the drawers,
yeah,
I've never seen so many wooden spoons in the same place. It was wild. Yeah. No, I think things have been alright, isn't it?
I feel like we sorted that out a lot quicker than I thought. Like, I thought it would take a while. We literally spent like we 1 to 2 hours on it.
If that, yeah. We kind of cleared out the whole night to sort out all the kitchen stuff, and we got it done pretty easily.
We haven't really been. I feel like I haven't seen you much though. Is that?
Yeah. I was asking like, how's it been early doors, but we haven't really seen each other, which is bizarre. Yeah. But apparently that's a thing. Apparently that's quite common amongst housemates, not roommate. Oh, that's a thing, isn't it? We've just started that. But yeah, I mean, I guess you call this the final phase, right? This is kind of like what we wanted it to be, big picture. Like a lot more chill. Like I feel a lot more relaxed in this kind of setup.
Yeah.
You the same?
So too. Yeah, I'm always more on the chill side as well. So hopefully it's not too chill. And I've got my shorts on. You can see the. I haven't got the singlet, but
that might be going too far.
Yeah,
couch on singlet.
Yeah, hide the chest hair, show the leg hair. I reckon can't show both. I reckon just
that's outrageous. Showing both, you can't be doing that. Come on,
definitely can't be doing that.
As you can see, though, we've got Couple of scarves here.
Mm.
Couple of scarves. Go North, go Cats. Cheeky, you want to tell the story about that over your right-hand shoulder?
The cricket bat. Yes, this is the Kookaburra that I bought about 4 years ago now, and it's been a permanent sort of. It's always in my cricket bag, but I'm yet to knock it in over the course of 4 seasons, just because I just can't seem to get around to it. It's always something on the to-do list, but let's be honest, the real reason is, well, why would I use it if I can use the beast?
Use the beast. Absolutely use the beast. It might have found a life as a show bat now. It might just fulfill its destiny in that corner over there.
I think so. I mean, you can't really see many cherries on it, can you? It's sort of...
It doesn't make a difference if it's used by you or not, man. Let's be honest. That goes for me as well. I'll happily cop that back. That's fine. No worries.
And you got can you see a Sharon on that?
I'll move my leg ever so slightly. There's a cheeky little yellow Sharon down there.
Little Sharon down there. That's the balance.
See? Fine leg to fall forward.
What do you guys reckon?
Fine leg to fall forward.
Do you like the set?
Do you want to ask that again? Because I was cutting you off. I was still chatting as you asked that. It'd be good if you make it a clean question so I can clip it for the gram.
For the gram. What do you guys reckon? Do you like the set?
You use the exact same tone and everything. That was perfect.
I'm like a robot.
You are.
I have no emotion. Just it's all fake. It's all easy to repeat.
That's a rabbit hole we don't have time to go down. Let's get into Run It Back, shall we?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so round 6 done? Round 7 done? Round 6?
6.
Round 6 done.
In the books.
In the books already. That's, making our way through the season rather quickly. A couple of games to go through, as we always do. Crows. The Crows upset the Dogs up in Ballarat. They got over the line by a point. Got a message from Benjamin B. Burns, big friend of the show, big friend of the Pals, etc. About watching the game.
Yeah, a couple of days before, was it?
When I got the message, I was like, "Oh yeah, it'll be at Marvel. That'll be all right. Be able to get there. Won't be all right." So I was like, "Yeah, we'll go. No worries." Or I'm in.
Yeah.
And then a day or so later, it was you got a message. I got a message from him. It was so we're watching at your place, watching at our place, or we're going to Ballarat. I'm like, I'm not fucking going to Ballarat. No way, I'm going to Ballarat. You can come around here and watch it and bring a slab. I didn't tell him to bring a slab, and he brought a slab. Shout out to Benjamin B. Burns. So anyway,
huge fan of the show. Huge friend of. We just love Benny.
We do. But the point of that was the Dogs lost, and Ben's a Dogs fan, so sorry about that, man.
But Rosh is a Crows fan, so
I'd argue she's more of a Dog fan these days.
Ooh.
She loves the Bond. Anyway.
Okay. Sorry.
Creek.
I will.
That's not my back.
That's the chair.
It
right?
might be my back. Combination of the two.
A bit of both. The next game, we had the Saints. Mate, the Saints are 5-1.
They are. The Saints are well and truly marching in.
They are well and truly marching. Jack Higgins kicked 4. Solid. Very solid.
I think it was 4 goals, 3. Could have had a few more.
I think we're being a bit harsh. You just want everyone to kick bags of 7, don't you? That's what you...
We'll get to that. Get to
that. But how good? How good?
Where are you going with this?
How good is Jack Steele?
We love Jack Steele.
We love him very much.
It's no secret. The Saints looking good so far. Early doors, and we like to see it. Port Adelaide got their first win. Another friend of the show, Mr. Richard Tang. He'd be happy with that. And I believe, I might be talking out of my ass with this, but I think it was the second biggest winning margin by a team who was previously 0-5. I remember seeing something like that on useless AFL stats.
Yeah, it's very niche.
And I couldn't quite find the post to go back and confirm that, but it's something like that. And to be honest, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, kind of.
Surprised. It was a big win.
Kind of makes sense. I feel like it's just. Well, is that 0-5 at the start of the season? Is that like a thing?
Well, yeah, after the first 5 games.
First 5 games of this. Yeah. Makes sense.
You ask the stupidest questions sometimes, but on the flip side, there, West Coast have some serious problems.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, because there was obviously to start with there was a lot of top up players because of COVID.
Yeah,
but they've got a lot of them back, and there just seems to be no desire to want to play anymore, and it's weird.
It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, because you can use when we beat them for our one win of the season, it was like that was I think that was when they were hit the hardest. I think they had like 15 outs or something.
Something like that. Yeah,
something
yeah.
ridiculous. So it's like, yeah, okay. But then when you start to get back to, oh yeah, they got these guys back. They got those guys back. It's sort of, how long can you use that for?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Nick Nat, you know.
Is he playing? Did he play?
No, he hasn't played.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it is. It's
okay.
all Nick Nat.
They need him back. They need him back.
They need Nick Nat back.
Anyway.
Melbourne finished strong against the Tigers.
They did, yes, they did. Put up a good fight to start with, the Tigers did.
Yep. As did the Hawks against the Swans, but the Swans...
that was ridiculous. I tipped the Hawks.
Did you?
Yeah, because down in Tassie, more often than not, if they come off a win against Geelong.
True, yes.
Down in Tassie, they usually do all right, and they were up by 9 at three-quarter time.
Yeah.
And then lost by 41.
It was like an avalanche.
Come from the clouds.
Come from the clouds, mate. Absolutely. That would have featured on that episode, I reckon.
For sure.
9 point. That's like a 50-point turnaround. That's insane.
Yeah, you are correct there. Your maths are spot on. Well done. Well done. You've used a calculator before. Obviously, game of the round. Well, game of every fixture we touched on last week.
Calendars.
Horribly worded. Anzac Day. Collingwood, Essendon at the MCG. A great game. The margin was within 17 points the whole way through. I think you had a multi similar to that a few weeks ago.
15 or something like that. Yeah.
For a different game. That was for the Geelong game, wasn't it? The
Geelong Hawthorn
game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wouldn't be far off with this one if you'd have gone for that. But what a game. A couple of outrageous stats.
Yeah, it was, I think I messaged the group chat halftime.
You did.
Darcy Parish, 3 guys, surely. It was Darcy Parish, 30 touches. Lots of handballs, though.
Yeah.
I think he ended up with 44 touches, and I think 31 or 30 odd were handballs, which is, that shouldn't take away from it in the sense that like handballs can be just as important. A very good handball contested possession is just as important. It's not always about meters gained, I guess. It's sometimes the right handball makes a big difference.
Yeah, for sure.
But Pies ended up getting on top, winning by 11.
Yep.
In the end.
And Kane Corn's favourite player, Ginnivan kicked 5. You got the medal for best on for that game. So yeah,
so did you see the?
I did see that. Yeah. You know what? Rightly fucking so.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
I love a bit of any sort of celebration or any sort of emotion, any sort of.
There's not a lot of it in footy, I don't think. Celebration.
No. And it's always, as soon as something does happen, it's always frowned upon immediately. It's the same as cricket. It's like someone celebrates, does something that's not traditional, and then everyone's like, "Oh, what a show off!" Or "Why would they do that? Just play the game." Well, people can do whatever they want.
You're right.
Let them celebrate.
They're living their dream, playing the sport that they love. So what if they show emotion? Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
What a random issue that was to tackle this week.
Yeah, that is strange. We don't normally tackle any issues.
We do go on tangents though, and that was definitely a tangent.
That was one tangent. That's why we tackled it. But the biggest move though, the biggest news.
Spoiler. Yeah, that was a cheeky one there. Yeah, obviously we touched on it. I've moved in. I've moved in. So obviously doing what we do, we cherry pick an event that's happened. We run with that for the week, don't we?
Mm-hmm. That's it. That's what we do, mate.
Yeah. Our address, which we won't disclose for security purposes.
Oh, yeah.
It's been established, I guess you could say, as the fine leg to full forward home ground. So we don't think it's too much of a stretch. We've done way bigger stretches in our time. We don't think it's too big of a stretch to make this episode about home ground advantage.
Yeah.
So I think a good place to start would be AFL fortresses, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You right with that? You right if I start with an obvious one?
Yes.
All right, so Geelong. Yeah, we get it. I'm a Cats man. You think of AFL fortresses, though, this one springs to mind no matter who you go for.
Absolutely.
Geelong at Cardinia Park. Now, there is a particular stretch that does jump out. So this, I read this from June last year. So there was a loss against the Kangaroos 14 years before. And since then, the Cats have played at Kardinia Park 108 times, and they've won on 97 of those occasions. So at that point, lost just 11, not even a dozen.
That's insane.
Yeah, so a winning strike rate of 89.9%, which is madness, absolutely madness. So there was a stretch between August 2007 and August 2011 where they didn't lose a single home game. They were going for 30 in a row. I remember it was against the Swans. They were. If they'd beat the Swans, that would have been 30
in 2011. Was it?
No, 30 in a row from the start of 2007
to 2011
home games.
Yeah,
home wins. And it was I remember seeing a clip. It was in a paper, and the Geelong fan like opened it up, and it was like 30. Like they'd already like printed it and stuff, and they lost. They lost to the Swans. So that was pretty funny. But Jimmy Bartell credited the home ground advantage as being down to them training on that ground.
Yeah,
and being the only team that gets to train on the ground that they play on.
Yeah.
Which is an advantage. It might be an unfair advantage. You could read into that.
Is Kardinia Park quite? I'm trying to think of it's fairly big, isn't it? Like
I think it might actually be. I don't know how. I think it's slightly different size. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's slightly skinnier, but you do see whenever there's a game down there, the commentators always say, "Oh yeah, the opposition teams. You see a lot of out in the falls down here because they're not used to the dimensions of the ground." So
yeah.
That'd be a part of it. Obviously, being able to train on there, you'd be able to learn how to set up effectively. And I can tell you that the crowd doesn't have an effect there because the Geelong crowds suck.
Yeah,
the quietest fans in the league.
Very tame.
Yeah, 100%. I've been to many games in my time.
Yeah,
and there's always 2 or 3 in the cheer squad going, Geelong. And no one gives a fuck. It's fair because we're not the Geelong Cats, we're the Geelong Cats. So maybe people are taking a stand on that.
Do you ever like go to a home game and then be like, this is too dead. I want to start the energy. I want to be the one. Are you ever the one to start stuff?
I can see why you'd ask me that. No. No. I get too nervous watching Geelong play.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm like watching on TV.
Yeah.
The
but
ground,
you don't use that nervous energy to just like
sound.
Yeah, sound.
No, surprisingly not. No.
Fair enough.
No. But yeah, Geelong home ground advantage. That's all I've got. Sorry, my back's creaking again. It's definitely not the chair.
That's definitely your back, is it? Yeah. I will give you another one, and this is I'd say up there as well with Kardinia Park.
I'm excited to hear it.
West Coast Eagles at Subiaco.
Subi.
Very, very dominant, I'd say, especially when it comes to when I think of the fear factor that's involved with finals footy as well. You know, what would you not want to do? Like, what game would you not want? I think West Coast at Subiaco is something that most teams would not want to do when it comes to finals footy.
When they played there.
There. I think it's
just to clarify.
Stats aside, but the stats are here, 326 wins. Sorry, is that right?
Yep.
326 wins. They have a winning percentage of close to 70% at home.
It's not bad. That's not bad at all.
It goes up even higher when it gets to finals as well. So that is
that's a stat.
It's a stat and a half,
yeah,
which is why people teams wouldn't want to go face them when it comes to that time of year as well. The dimensions of the ground are slightly compared to normal AFL grounds as well. The average AFL ground, Subiaco is 25 meters longer and 7 meters skinnier as well. So, I guess
different dimensions. Yeah,
and like you said with the Cats, the Eagles would train. I'm assuming it's...
I don't know if they would have. I can't remember. I don't know. You'd assume so. 25 metres long is quite a difference, isn't it? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was actually that long.
It's a big, yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
half your 50-metre arc, obviously.
Yeah.
And didn't use a calculator for that either.
Yeah. 7 meters skinnier wouldn't make a huge difference, but like those out on the full things that you were saying with the opposition teams, it could.
I feel like it's like deceptive. Like it's not enough until you've kicked it. You're like, you bastard.
Then yeah. But the 25 meters longer, absolutely, definitely.
Just take it out of your team, from a cardio point of view. Surely, extra space to fill. Yeah, but no, that's 70%. That's a handy turnaround.
Take that as a home ground advantage.
Shall I go another one? The Brisbane Lions at the Gabba. Not what you'd expect. If I was to ask you what the all-time winning percentage at the Gabba would be, what would you say?
Pretty high, I'd say. I don't know, maybe like 70 again, 70%.
That's fair. I mean, they've been up towards the top for the last few years now. They obviously had the team that always gets a mention on this show.
Yeah.
57% all time.
Really?
Yeah. Despite the glory days of that three-peat and the few finals appearances of late, the period where they were really down, like the dark days of the Brisbane Lions, really does bring that average down.
The dark days.
But we mentioned the last few years they've been up since 2019, which is kind of when they made the jump back up the ladder.
Yep.
They've won 32 of their last 37. That's 86% win rate.
Wow.
86%. That's a bit of a twist, but I've got one more twist for you if that's all right. So they've lost 5, yeah? Yeah, they've lost 5.
32 of 37, so the maths, yes, 5.
4. The maths has been fucking unstoppable this episode. 4 of their 5 losses have been finals.
No. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So read into that what you will. Sorry to any Brisbane Lion fan that is listening. Fan singular.
That's a stat that you don't want.
No, it's not. And I don't know what you put that down to. Because obviously they haven't had a lot of finals experience as a whole before they got back up the ladder.
It's just got to be a mental thing, surely. Like, if you're playing that good, 32, 37, but 4 out of 5, that is purely...
I think there was a couple of straight sets there as well.
Yeah.
Straight sets exits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it feels only right that I should mention as well. Geelong, despite their ridiculous record, finally got to play a final in 2013 against Freo. Because obviously there was a whole thing about Geelong shouldn't be allowed to play finals in Geelong and stuff. Geelong, finally got one in 2013 and they lost that.
Yeah. After all that.
Yeah, after all that. So yeah.
But it is that home ground advantage, but it's sort of the home ground pressure as well, I guess you could say. When you're playing with everyone
it'd be a certain level of expectation, right?
Expectation.
Weight on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially now that you've 4 out of 5. There is no way that's not playing on your mind now.
No, not at all.
Ridiculous.
Well, you've picked them to win the flag this year, so hopefully for your sake they turn that around.
I was just, as soon as you said 4 out of 5, I'm like, yep. So, do I want them not to get a home final? Like, just to...
That's a good way of putting it, yeah.
Just go finish, like, I don't know, 7th or 8th or something, and then just storm home. That's what I want.
It's been done before.
It has been done before. Quickly give you something else, taking a step back from footy. The NBA playoffs are happening right now.
They are happening.
A few people would be watching them. We've been watching so we've moved in together. We watched a couple NBA games.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we have a confession to make. I moved in last week. We just weren't ready. Yeah. Okay.
You can sleep now. You can sleep
We
tonight.
can move on. We can carry on.
Yeah. There's quite a bit about, obviously playoffs, best of 7, 2 games. Well, the highest seed gets the 2 games at the start, 2 games away, and then 2 games.
One at a time.
Sorry, 1 at a time. Yes,
And then if it goes to 7, the higher gets.
so he gets the 7th. But so I mean, like usually it's not much of a disaster if you're to zip down in a series, right?
No, and you'll find NBA teams have they're expected to win home games. So if
regardless of seed or anything, right?
Yeah,
usually
the better teams will. Obviously, there's the teams towards the bottom end of the conference will struggle no matter where they are. But yeah, you lose the first 2 on the road. Your focus is getting home and leveling the series. That's why getting a win on the road to start with, and if it's often said, if you're a lower seed, and you go back home 1-1, you take that. Take that.
Yeah.
Because it's expected that you win games at home, and the roads are the ones where you need to make it up.
Yeah. You it's like a break in tennis when you're up a break, almost like that, right? So
yeah.
You get that momentum. I always find it interesting we're talking about dimensions of the footy grounds and stuff, and how certain teams, if you practice on them, can give you an advantage, like the Cats at Cardinia Park.
Yep.
But basketball, there's very set, specific dimensions on a basketball court. There is no difference.
Nothing's changing. No.
Between everything is exactly the same. The rims, the hoops, everything, the court dimensions, everything's exactly the same. So, what's different? The only thing that's different would be the fans, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's actually crazy to think that they'd have such an effect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the fans would have some sort of effect, but that much of an effect, right?
Well, what else would you put it down to?
Well, it can't be the refs, right? Like the refs would be the same.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, okay. But that would be it. And that's kind of startling to me. The fact that you can be influenced to that level with that. I mean, compare it to other sports as well, like footy. I don't think you'd see the same level of dominance at a particular, when it comes to finals or playoffs, whenever I'm trying to compare the two.
Yeah, I suppose it's tricky because so many teams, there's 3 grounds in Victoria.
Yeah.
So many teams play their home games at the same 2 grounds.
True.
So there's a bit you think about Geelong, you think about the interstate teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and it's, I guess the cities are so much further apart in basketball. It's like a home stadium, home ground is 95% one crowd, or even more so, right? Compared to
when it comes to finals, I'd say with the playoffs though, because obviously you have the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. You find that even with the Boston-Brooklyn one that just finished, Brooklyn just got swept by the Celtics, which I don't think too many people would have seen coming. But a lot of Boston fans went in Brooklyn.
To Brooklyn.
Yeah,
okay.
A lot of noise there. So yeah.
There you go.
This is a thing, though. It is a thing, home court advantage in the NBA. Massive thing. And, it's seen more often than not in the playoffs. Yeah, for sure.
So, getting forward, this is our home ground. We've declared it.
We declare this land home ground.
Mm-hmm. So, what should we call our home ground?
Are you asking me?
Well, I mean, we'll put it to the listeners as well, but for now,
okay.
Just us.
Okay. There's so many to choose from. You could call it the Wharf Hotel Oval.
Yeah.
That. Okay, that was a fake. Yeah, he didn't like that. Berwick Field Stadium.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Where do pelicans live? What kind of?
San Remo.
I meant you fuck.
Pelicans, since my childhood, have forever intertwined with feeding the pelicans at midday, San Remo.
At midday?
Yeah.
Always midday?
Yeah, I think so.
What?
Unless I've changed it since then, but
okay.
Anyway.
That was like the pelican. No, I got nothing.
Okay.
You know, you can see what I'm going. There's nothing there though. Pell's Park.
Pell's Park. Oh, I like
Pell's
that.
Park.
That's nice.
We wouldn't ask a question like this and think about it beforehand. Why would we do that?
No, because this is more natural. This is very organic.
The listeners hearing us go, and I wonder what it could do.
What about like Greendale?
You're not even trying with these community references anymore. That's the worst one yet.
Have we changed the Wi-Fi password yet?
No, we need to do that.
We need to do that.
We're not going to tell you what it is.
But it's funny. But yeah.
We have enough trouble with it at times. It's already busy enough. You're not getting to it. So what do we land on?
What about something authorised related? No?
Yeah, we could do 4 years ago. Well, we've got a couple of average ones there, but if you've got any ideas what we could call the final leg to full forward home ground, we'd love to hear it because we clearly aren't that creative.
Maybe if we thought about it beforehand, but that's not as fun.
Why would you do that?
Yeah.
We're going to put you through the pain of figuring it out with us.
It's all part of the journey. We want to hear it though. Switch on.
Okay, so switching on, you would have heard it there. We didn't tell you it was coming again because we like tormenting you. What we're going to start off with is, I have a question. Are these pants too short?
Can you see any skin?
No, bit? I don't think so. Can you see skin? I don't think you can see skin. The socks are way up though.
You're showing a bit too much skin there, mate, I reckon.
A bit too much skin, you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
No, believe it or not, that's not my skin colour. I'm not quite that pale.
I don't see colour.
It's fucking clearly. Okay, so switching on. We're going to do things a bit different this week. We usually have a couple of questions for the other. 2 or 3 questions usually. But as we've mentioned, we're housemates, not roommates. We're not roommates, we're housemates because we share a house, not a room.
We could check that. I haven't actually Googled this. We could check to see if roommates is a American thing or if it actually means you share the same room.
Are we overthinking it? We wouldn't do that, would we? That's not us. But obviously we've established the name of the home ground, which we've read in Instagram comments and we will insert here.
Yeah. Are you going to do that? Are you going to like...
I don't know. I'll figure something out. Yeah. See what we can do.
Sick. Yeah, nice.
We need to come up with some house rules though. We're not sponsored by Channel 7. Yeah.
Is that show still on? I don't even know.
I don't know. Anyway. It popped into my head.
Yeah.
House rules. So guidelines for harmonious living.
Yep.
That's a reference, I swear. I've heard that before somewhere.
It's quite eloquent.
Yeah. I don't think I come up with it. I'm not going to give myself anywhere near that amount of credit.
Mm-hmm.
House rules, what we need.
Almost like commandments.
Commandments, yes. The fine leg to fall forward. Home ground commandments.
Commandments.
You got one in mind? We haven't really thought about this either. Just a warning.
We did mention we've got a few double ups of, certain things. We have 2 fridges.
We do have 2 fridges.
We've got one upstairs and we've got the bar fridge downstairs. So I think one good commandment would be there should always be a slab in the bar fridge.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that. If not a slab, a bottle of raspberry lemonade mixed with the Baxter vodka.
Yeah, okay.
That is sitting on the shelf, and I love that because I was, you know exactly where I'm going with this, don't you?
Probably.
You know exactly where I'm going with this. So, Pelican of the match last season got a bottle of Baxter vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this wasn't quite set up until round 2 or 3. Now, I was best on ground in round 1,
You were.
and I would have got a bottle of vodka. But because it wasn't set up, I didn't get one. Ashwin obviously took his first FIFO, which we mentioned before, and deservedly so. Won Pelican of the match, got the bottle of Baxter. Ashwin doesn't drink. Now it's... We had this conversation off air, didn't we? What's mine is yours, vice versa, where it's all like no stress. Anything's up for grabs as long as we're not dicks about it. There you go, it's another house rule.
But that's a pretty... That's a boring house rule.
So, got some Baxter. It's taken me a few weeks, a few months, and then some, but we got there.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was down another rabbit hole.
No, that's good. That's good. You haven't opened it yet, have you?
No. Have you?
Okay.
Nah.
Got him.
So, the beer fridge must always have a slab or a bottle of raspberry lemonade.
Yep.
Okay. We've also got a mini basketball hoop downstairs.
Yes, we do.
So, it's right near the kitchen. So you might even it's in quite a danger zone, I'd say.
Yeah, it's so shit because you remember this, right? You came when I was living here with the rents for the first month or two. The first thing on moving day,
I do remember this.
I brought my basketball hoop. As opposed to like taking shit out of boxes, I was trying to find somewhere to put this mini basketball hoop. I spent like a solid couple of hours on the first day just trying to find some fucking door I could put it on.
Yeah.
Nothing. I tried this door right here, but it just, as soon as you open it, it goes bang into the wall. Can't afford that. And other places, too high, too low. And look, the only place that we could find is pretty much in the kitchen. In the kitchen. So unless it's a perfect shot, like a nothing but net, it's going to rebound and who knows what the fuck it's going to hit. The plant, the glasses, it's...
Anything's in danger.
Yep.
But that's not going to stop us shooting it because we got a mini basketball hoop. We're going to use the mini basketball hoop.
Yes.
So the rule isn't don't break anything.
That's a bit of a... We're not living in a draconian state, are we? We're very much more, we're chill.
We're chill. Which, we're realistic. These things happen.
Yeah.
So, if you take a shot, you miss.
Yeah.
It rebounds and breaks something.
Yes.
The thing that it hits and breaks, you have to then get the rebound off of the thing that it's broken.
Yeah.
And shoot it again straight away.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's a good one.
Do we need to come up with like some kind of punishment if these rules aren't followed? Like if you see the fridge the beer fridge is empty, you have to buy the slab.
If you're the one that sees it, it's like a.
It sucks if you open the fridge, mate. That's a warning. That's a warning for you.
It's like a Schrodinger's cat, but like for a bar fridge.
Okay. Like the last one to drink the beer, so it's always going to be me.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, fine. I'm in slabby dog.
Yeah, there should be some sort of punishment, right?
Yeah, we should work on that as well. Anyway, that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole separate thing. You got another rule?
Yeah. My portable speaker thing that I use for busking.
Oh yes,
that we found a nice spot for that.
Rapper.
Yes, we've found a nice spot for that downstairs.
We have, yeah.
In the corner somewhere. So I reckon if there's any guests that come over, I think if they connect their phones to it, there should be a rule that the first thing that they play has to be our Fine Leg to Full Forward Sad Boys playlist, I think.
It has to be. So they have to pick a song that's already in the playlist and then add one.
That's good. Yes, because then it grows. Absolutely.
So I'll give out the address so that we can have a housewarming and grow this playlist. There's levels to this shit. I haven't got any more, really. I can't think of any off the top of my head. The communal areas must remain bollock-free zones. Pants on at all times, my boy.
Yes. I did think about that because I have been living here by myself for the past
I don't want to know this.
month or two.
Yep.
So that thought definitely has
dear.
entered my mind
Yep.
on a number of occasions. So don't worry, I stick to the rules.
That's good.
Stick to
Well,
the
to be
rules.
honest, I haven't seen you, so I wouldn't know if you, if you have or not. You got any more? I can't think of any more off the top of my head.
What about like something about we've got the Chance, we've got Beano, we've got MJ's downstairs as well, right?
It's eventually, yeah.
Eventually, yeah.
Need to find a spot to hang him. That's a canvas.
Need to find it.
Let's just. Hey, yo. I need a producer to just fucking cut that shit out.
Something about that. I haven't thought enough about it.
Oh, you just.
Something about when you walk past MJ, you need to acknowledge MJ in some shape or form, or something like that.
Okay, and you mentioned like the Childish Gambino post that I've got. You have to like wrap the entire of Bonfire as you walk past it.
Going to be late to a lot of shit. Like
Wouldn't make much difference for you, my friend. That was right there. That was right there.
Money!
Alrighty, time for my mate's multi.
Sorry, I squeaked the whole way through that. I'm sorry.
You alright?
Have I got the squeaky end, or do I just move a lot more than you?
I feel like
It could be both.
it could be both.
It's not both.
How's your back?
Oh, squeaky, mate.
Square. My legs from last week. I said, leg one, Port Adelaide will not be at the bottom of the ladder after this round. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first time in 4 to 6 weeks, so a hamstring injury.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a leg. A single leg has got up.
John O'Brown.
He's doing the John O'Brien celebration.
Is that even on the... I don't know if you can actually see
There
that
you
or
go.
not. It's
Oh,
gonna
your
get
hand
that.
look enormous from that angle.
It does, doesn't it? Anyway. Yes. 1 from 1.
Well done.
That's going to be it. So leg 2...
Should we skip him?
This leg. Ben Simmons to play a game for the Brooklyn Nets within the next week and to have at least one dunk.
I fucking said this when you said it last week. You've only got yourself to blame.
I had faith. I was like, Paddy Mills is there. He's going to give him the motivation. He's going to get out game 4 and just, yeah.
He might play game 5.
Ouch.
Oof.
Oofed.
Oofed.
So that one did not get up. Leg 3, Ben Stokes to be announced as the England Test captain within the next week. No, hasn't been officially announced. It's very likely, like all indications are that he will be.
I'm just saying let's consider all possibilities, all candidates.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's some people that might not be in the team currently that should be considered.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Well, then I won't count that as a yes then, for your sake.
Well, you said within the next week, so it's a no.
True.
I'm trying to sneak a fucking leg. I think I was born yesterday.
1 from 3.
1 from 3. Well done, man.
It's good
Welcome back to the...
It's good to be back.
Good to be back. That's good. Oh my God, I need to keep still. Mine from last week.
Mm.
I said there will be above 85,000 people at the G on Anzac Day. I am so goddamn pissed about this. 84,205.
I took note of it yesterday as well.
Yeah, so did I. I'm fucking fuming. Obviously, we mentioned last week, we touched on milestone games. We mentioned Anzac Day last year was the biggest post-COVID crowd.
Yeah.
Like 74 or something like that. 74,000. Like, well, we're obviously going to we're gonna beat that.
Beat that, yeah.
Let's just chuck another 10 or so thousand on top. And close, but no cigar. That's none for. Now, leg 2. I said someone will kick a bag of 7+ this round. And one thing we didn't mention this week was that the fine leg to full forward cup happened, didn't it?
It did.
North Melbourne versus Geelong. And Jeremy Cameron kicked 7.
He did.
I was watching the game live, and I'm pretty sure he had 5 through 3 quarters. I'm like, fuck, all he's got to do is get 2 more. And then he kicked his 6th pretty early. I'm like, oh, we're on here. And then when the 7th went through, I got up. Obviously, the game was well and truly done by then.
Yeah.
Way before then. Then, when that got up, I did jump for joy. I did jump for joy because my third leg, my third leg was that Newcastle will beat Norwich 3-1 this weekend. Now, good news and bad news here.
Yep.
Newcastle won, but it was 3-0. It was 3-0. I undersold the defenders. So Newcastle found their way up to 9th on the Premier League ladder. Again, I know you're not too familiar with that world, but
but they're
battling relegation all the way up to 9th.
On to bigger and better. What are the bottom? So the bottom, how many teams?
20. So the bottom 3 get relegated. And
flying, mate.
I think Everton might be going down.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Jeez.
So 1 for 3 as well, mate.
Nice.
We're back on regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, it used to be 1 from 3 was just the stock standard for both of us. Would get 1 from 3 for
time and time again.
All right, so this week, let's see if we get 1 from 3. My first leg is we will use Uber Eats no more than once between now and next week.
The both of us?
Both of us.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm saying that just because the fridge is looking healthy.
It is looking healthy. Both fridges.
And I also don't want to spend too much money. I feel like I've been eating out a bit lately. So, yeah, this is more just like a hope. Like
That's fair.
Like I'd want to.
I mean, I could sit you up there. To be honest,
very much you could. Yes, absolutely. But are you going to do it?
What are we more committed to?
Yeah.
Bank account? Fuck it up, Ashford's multi. Tune in next week to find out. And on that note, okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, leg 2. Our basketball elimination final is on tomorrow night.
Yes, it is.
So I'm saying there will be some form of confrontation between the two sides, and there will be at least one tech foul in our elimination final tomorrow.
Will one of us get teched or one of them?
Or can I just say there will be one tech?
You can.
Yeah.
That's fine. That was just me being curious more than anything.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen. You know, it's one of those ones where it's like when you tip against your team, where it's sort of like you really don't want it to happen, but if it does, the least I can get is have a leg get up.
That's true. You should have started doing that for some of the Pels games last season.
Leg 3. The leading disposal getter this week will have more kicks than handballs.
Okay. So across all games for the round?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I reckon that'll get up.
You don't reckon?
Nah.
Really?
Nah. Usually, if it's a large amount of disposals, more often than not, it's the other way around. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, nice to see that one get up.
But I think it was like, because Parrish had 40-odd and 30-odd handballs. I'm like, nah, someone's going to go the other way around.
All right. I'd love to see it.
Not. Yeah. Your legs?
Leg 1. You mentioned basketball. Again, we have our final tomorrow in final leg to full forward land because it's Tuesday currently.
Come check it out. Why is no one rocking up to our elimination basketball final? We talked about it on the pod. No one came. It's good though. It's good that we do it. I think it's good having that because we used to do it. We used to do the pod on Wednesday nights and we'd put it straight up Thursday morning. But shit, there's just
we'd have to go around basketball. Sometimes the game would be at 6:40. Sometimes it'd be at 9:20.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
and shit always like you just can't expect things to go to plan. There'll be tech issues or there'll be something.
Audio issues were usually the ones to go with, so we bought ourselves an extra day. So, did I say what that was going to be?
Sorry, no.
Did I say what my leg was going to be?
No.
Fuck,
Sorry.
That's so funny.
Sorry.
So leg one, we will be carried to yet another basketball grand final.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not going to say that we will combine for under X amount of points because it's not going to be a lot. But yeah, there'll be one or two of us carrying us to another grand final, I think.
Okay, one or two of us. Okay.
One or two of them, not us. Let's be honest. Leg two.
Yep.
No one will kick a bag of 7+ this round.
Okay. All right.
Oh, you're not happy with that, are you?
Huh?
You're not happy with that, are you?
I mean, it's.
You know what? Welcome back to fucking getting a leg, all right? You got to learn the tricks of the trade. You've sat here weeks on weeks listening to me shit ass my way to getting 1 out of 3.
Yeah.
It's about time you took fucking note. Can only help you so much.
Yeah.
Leg 3.
Leg. There's 3 fundamentals to cricket.
There's 2 elements of cricket, boys. I can't get through this. There's 2 elements of cricket, boys. There's batting, bowling, and fielding. So that was said. So the season. Oh shit!
I don't even remember when that was.
Back when we played under 17s cricket, we took it very seriously. So we trained twice a week, and we trained with the seniors.
Yeah.
And there was the club coach back then was a cunt. He was. Thought he knew it all. And look, we're not saying we do know it all. We play F grade cricket and we lose grand finals and draw grand final. Fuck. Anyway, took us all aside and presented I don't think it's harsh to say, a holier than thou attitude. And shoulders out. He's like, okay, all right, boys, listen round. Gather round, listen up, whatever, I don't know. Cricket's simple, rah, rah, rah. There's 2 elements of cricket. There's batting, bowling, and fielding. You could tell when he put his 3rd finger up, he's gone, fucked up.
You could tell like, on his face as well, and no one said anything.
No one said anything.
But you could tell that he knew that he fucked up, and that's priceless.
Batting, bowling, and fielding.
Jeez.
I didn't get that leg out either,
Sorry,
did I?
we're getting
leg 3. Yeah. Leg 3. Ashwin will do 2+ more loads of laundry than me between now and our next episode.
Oh.
That's me saying that
You're not gonna.
I'm quite ahead in my laundry, so
okay.
My basket's empty at the moment.
Yeah.
Feeling real good about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if yours is.
I did mine yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah.
I probably should have checked that before putting that in the multi. You know what? Oh well, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
You might shit the bed. Twice.
Literally. Twice.
Okay, Amber Heard. See, we're relevant. We stay up to date with current events. Fucking hell. So that was I'd say that was the most disastrous My Mates multi yet. We've had some shockers in the past, but that was all kinds of good.
Plenty of tangents as per usual, I think.
Yeah, usually it's me interrupting you, but you didn't let me get my multi out this week. So there you go, something different. A shift in dynamic, perhaps. You have to assume no.
Probably not. Probably not.
Anyway, that's going to do it for this week. I hope you have a great week. Let us know your thoughts on the new setup. Hopefully you like it just as much as we do, because I don't know about you, mate. I'm a lot comfier.
Yep. It feels comfortable. It feels like home. Send us the house rules as well, so we're interested in those. Those would be your ideal house rules. Because we only just riffing.
Yeah.
Right?
I stand by the bollock free zone, though.
I think it's a safe one. Keep kicking goals.